Bang, bang, the boogie to the boogie to you. The boogie to the bang, bang, boogie. Let's rock.
Welcome to the morning meeting, everybody. Or should I say the whenever you decide to show up meeting. Bunsen and Beaker, why are you wearing each other's clothes?
If it happens outside of work, we don't owe him an explanation.
I don't have anything else to play where like the music comes to do 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 is usually how the show starts. That's not the case when we're broadcasting live from Lansing, Michigan, in a hotel room. As you can see, there's a window, there's a bed, there's a lamp. That's how you know it's a hotel room. Lamps. There's a lamp in the shot. That's a hotel. I can't move the lamp. You can't move things around in a hotel room. What's up? It's Writer Radio. It's episode 208, brought to you by Brian Janik at the Financial Guys. He told me, I texted with him yesterday, and he's like, sorry, I didn't get back to you about something. I've been very busy. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever, Brian. And then sitting in the hotel room, it was last night, or it might have been this morning, saw some commercial where it's like, it is Medicare renewal season right now. If you're 65 or older, get into... That's what's going on, man. It's Medicare time. And so Brian's hooking people up. So he is a little too busy for me as just his friend. He's not too busy for you as someone in need of assistance with the Medicare situation. So Brian Janik at thefinancialguys.com is a sponsor of the show. Bob Gaughan is going to join me live via telephone at about 11 o'clock. But here's the good news about this hotel room. Hold on, I just got an important message that I have an appointment with general physician primary care on Monday. I'll tell that story in a second. Bob Gaughan's going to join me live on the phone at 11. But I'm in a hotel room. Like at home, sometimes my kids come on. My wife never comes on. Why would she do that? But my kids will just pop in. And we have it set up where I have a camera pointed at a chair, and so it's a separate thing. Haven't gone through all that. This is the one camera. But you may notice I'm over to the side of the screen right now. I'm leaving room for the slide in. You ever see the slide in? Like the Chris Collinsworth, the slide in? Oh, look at that. Look how small you look. This looks like you're in a fake background, and I'm live in person. Like I have a thing on my screen. I don't have the mic on, huh?
I'm not going to move at all.
No, you don't have to. You can just stay there.
I'm not going to move.
No, I think that looks great. I think that looks great. If I back up, it's fine. I can do that. But here we are. Scott Wilson, live in person. It's not even the cartoon version of Scott. It's your regular face. What's up, man? Oh, you're not going to talk either? No, this
okay.
ruins the whole thing.
Okay.
Like you not moving was fine, but okay.
All right. Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Not much. It's cold. It's Lansing, Michigan. What else could you want for a Wednesday night or a Wednesday?
Yeah, it's snowy. It's the same weather. Like we got on the plane yesterday and it was crap, and then we were up in the air. It was fine up there.
Yep.
We didn't have the windows open yesterday because I figured it was cold, so I didn't roll my window down.
Yeah.
But then as we're about to land, I'm looking out the window because I had the window seat, and you could tell that it was exactly the same thing. It's just crap. We're suddenly in winter. It's only the last couple days, and it's going to go away, I think, in Buffalo anyway. But yeah, snow on the ground, cold, 34 degrees or something stupid like that. But not like horrible. We went to dinner yesterday and then walked home like 2 miles in the cold. And it was cold, but it was fine.
I mean, from Buffalo, it's nothing new. It's not going to be shocking. We can deal with that.
Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah.
Does it matter to the football game? I think not really, right? I don't think this is like...
We'll see if there's any wind. I mean,
right, but
wind is much more important than the temperature.
Yeah. I mean, snow that's on the ground right now is not going to be on the ground at the field today. If it snows tonight,
there was some snow, but they had already removed it by the time we had gotten
it. We were there. We went to the stadium yesterday for a few minutes, and it was fine. It'll be fine.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 2 hours in a bus for a 10-minute visit to the... Okay, well,
It is what it is.
MACtion. It's midweek MACtion.
Can't argue with success.
No. You know what I like about MACtion?
Win on the road.
I like Wednesday MACtion because that means that when we're in a random town like Lansing, Michigan overnight, there's Tuesday MACtion. So we got to watch.
Yeah. That was peak MACtion last night too.
Unbelievable. We had the TV by the time we got back from dinner. There's TV where we had one game, and then we had the other game on your phone.
Yep.
And at one point, one of them had 3 seconds left and was tied, and the other one had 6 seconds left, and it was a team attempting to tie it or something, whatever the situation was. But I don't know. How are you feeling about the conference overall, the Mid-American Conference? 3 games left for the Bulls. They're one of, going into this week, they're one of 4 4-1 teams, and we're trying to kind of watch it settle. But 2 of those 4-1 teams are the next 2 opponents, which is what makes this game so important. I don't know. Where are you on all of it?
Only 3 now.
I'm saying going in. Well, right.
That to me was massive. Ohio had the lead for most of that game, and despite Western missing 2 chip shot field goals, they were able to win. I think maybe, you look at Western missing those 2 field goals. It was Ohio scoring a touchdown in the early 4th quarter to take the lead, and they missed that extra point, and we both go, ooh.
Same exact noise.
Yeah. And I think that might have been the play of the game, because that drastically alters the last 2 possessions that Ohio had.
Yeah.
Because then they had to drive down and score a touchdown instead of just saying, we got to get to about the 35-yard line.
Chasing the miss.
And try to jack one up. So, yeah, that was big. Ohio, I think for a good portion of this season, has looked like the best team in the conference. But the last 2 weeks, Parker Navarro, their quarterback, who was first-team All-MAC.
Oh, for sure.
And I think was the MVP of the championship game last year and ending their long drought, finally getting a title. He has looked very human and has not been as annoying as he normally is the last 2 weeks.
And annoying, I think anyone who doesn't even know what we're talking about here isn't familiar with the player of the team. Annoying is Baker Mayfield. I like Baker Mayfield, but it's that type of thing. Like, the arm's not incredible.
No.
But there's guts.
The speed isn't incredible.
It's not incredible, but he's willing. Like, it's that type of
and he just never goes down. And there was a busted play last night that he scored on. He went to hand the ball off, and the running back was gone. He ran the opposite way.
Right. He's like, I'll make something up, and
scored a touchdown when he had a guy coming hard off the edge. So he's a great player, but has not looked good or as good as he normally does the last 2 weeks. And they were able to squeak one out against Miami, but last night could not pull one out of the fire. Western Michigan has 2 rather easy games here down the stretch.
They have Northern and Eastern.
Yeah.
Right?
So they are in line to win the Michigan MAC trophy.
Seems like they've got one of those spots.
And as of right now, they are the odds-on favorite to at least have one of those spots in Detroit after last night. And the Bulls still have themselves have everything in front of them as long as they can take care of business. The other game tonight, opposite us, is Miami against Toledo, a massive game there. So at the end of the day, today, it could be the Bulls and Western with
5-1.
Yeah, at the only 2 tied atop the leaderboard there with 2 weeks to go and have everything in their full control.
Right, because the other 2 teams that are challenging are on your schedule in Miami and Ohio. I still don't. I need to look this up. Maybe I don't. You can just tell me. I don't know the order of Miami or Ohio. I think it's Ohio, then Miami. Is that right?
No, we end with Ohio.
It's Miami, then Ohio. Okay.
Miami, then Ohio, both at home.
But I've had it in my head for a year that this season ends with 2 games against those 2 teams, and it's going to be right, and it's going to be a big deal. Like, all of it has happened. But
they got to take care of business tonight.
I never sequenced them. But... Well, correct. Yeah, we're getting to that. I haven't sequenced those 2 games. It's like we're playing those 2 at the end of the season. Okay, cool. They're both at home. Okay, cool.
I'd be worried if it was at the same time.
That would be very difficult. A little 3-way action.
Right.
You don't want that.
No.
They were wrestling. I went to
they're going to let us do it one week at a time.
There was a UB wrestling thing that I did PA for, like announced, and it was UB, Army, and Purdue. I was like, well, how is that going to work? I'm picturing the Royal Rumble. I'm picturing,
now we're talking.
Yeah, right. Hell in a Cell. Like, I'm picturing, like, real, and it wasn't that at all. It was 3 separate.
Team?
No, it was none of it. It was just UB against Army, and then Army against Purdue, and then UB against Purdue, or whatever it was.
Right.
So it was different, but that would have been cool. That would be insane for football. Where would you hold it? Probably Ford Field. You'd want controlled environment for something like that, I would think.
Yeah, you'd want something with walls.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep it all.
All right,
contained.
so getting to the UB matchup today, I don't know. I just don't know. I believe in the team to a certain extent. I certainly believe in the coaching staff. But there have been weeks where the defense is just suddenly not what I expected. There are weeks where the quarterback is suddenly not what I expected. And it's time. It's November. It's midweek MACtion. It's time to put it all together. I don't have like full 100% faith that it's happening. I'm like, no problem. It's going to be okay. They have a chance in every game. And I believe that if they prepare correctly, and I think they do, but if they come out with the right mentality, they can do it. This is the game that you can't look past it because you don't get to do the other stuff if this happens. This is, we talked about it. I don't know if it was on this show or on the podcast that we do for UB, but it's almost a playoff scenario. It's not.
It's a bracket.
It's sort of, and you got to beat the way. Yeah, congratulations. You're the 2 seed. Thinking NFL, you're the 2 seed. You're playing the 7 today in Central Michigan. You don't get to play those teams you've been talking about playing. You do get to play them, but it doesn't matter. If you don't win this thing, you have to get through this. You have to beat the Chargers or the Colts or the Broncos or the Steelers or whoever shows up in round 1. Right. Chiefs and Ravens are coming up in the next 2 weeks. But in order to have those mean anything, you got to get through this one. What's the primary concern when you think about Central Michigan today?
Well, the primary concern is they run the ball. They smash the ball. Good thing is that I think they're very similar formationally and play-wise what they want to do as Bowling Green was last week. I think they execute it better, which, as we saw last week, would be
UB handled that last week, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. But I think that this team is a little bit better. Central doesn't have their backup quarterback, who is also their leading rusher. They have been running like a 2-quarterback system. Flores has the most touchdowns on the ground by any quarterback in the MAC, and he's the backup. He comes in half the time. So if he's not able to play, that they do have somebody else that will run, but it's not the same powerful mix of power and speed that Flores normally has. Much like playing Army, and their head coach at Central is the former offensive line coach at Army. They're not going to run. They're not going to run triple option, but they have several of the same principles that they both like: running the ball, time of possession, smashing it forward. If the Bulls can keep them kind of off balance and win first down and make them uncomfortable and make it so that the play action, if it's 2nd and 3, the play action is going to get pretty gnarly, because then you're really in trouble and they can pop some stuff over the top that they don't really have the speed outside of one guy to stretch you deep. But if they have play action and they can freeze your guys for a half second, they become a lot faster. And that kind of stresses the importance of winning on first down for the Bulls here today. And then they've got a great middle linebacker too. Kwiatkowski's phenomenal. He is. I have it written on my board about him. He is the best linebacker in the conference, not named Red, who's on our team. So they have a really good setup. They play physical. They play tough. I think an advantage for the Bulls. They've played a number of teams like this. They played Bowling Green last week. Troy was kind of in this same similar. They had a little bit more talent out wide than Central, but they have the same similar, very physical, very tough type of play. So the Bulls are familiar with this type of setup, and it's
and have dealt with it recently, which is that's helpful.
Recently on both sides of the ball, and can they get, if the Bulls, I think, get some consistent play from the offense, they're going to be in a really good spot. If they don't, this is going to be a nail biter. This is going to be another one. And even if they do play well, it is going to come down to the fourth quarter. I mean, we saw it last night. We talk about it every week. It's an old refrain now, and everybody's probably sick of hearing it. But Akron was trailing by 18 points in the fourth quarter with 11 minutes to go in a rivalry game last night. And that game went to overtime with a 400-yard passer, a 100-yard rusher, and a 200-yard receiver. And then they lost.
They lost, yeah.
And then they lost. Western at home, they had to come back, and they got a late touchdown on one of the best plays of the year in college football, reminiscent almost of that run by Marshawn Lynch.
Well, that
in the playoffs.
It would have been. That wasn't the touchdown, though.
Right,
he got
didn't get
stuck
the touchdown.
at the
He got
two.
stuck at the 2, but
It was unbelievable.
it was like a mini version of that it's the max version of that play.
He was trapped on the
incredible.
sideline by 6 players and got out of that somehow, and then ran into another battalion of 4 and got through that somehow. It was an unbelievable play that would be everywhere if he had gotten 6 more feet.
Right.
And to pay dirt. You'll never see the play. We're talking about it. It was unbelievable. It was crazy. If you don't look it up on purpose, you're never going to see the play. If he had scored, you'd be seeing that play for the next 10 years.
It did not make SportsCenter's top 10, which is ridiculous.
Unbelievable. If he scores, it's number 1.
RIT making a half-court shot is on there, but this guy breaking 18 tackles on the way to the 2-yard line did not make it. That game, Ohio had 2 shots at the end in a 4-point game. All these games are going to come down to the final 5 minutes. Every possession of a game is going to be vital. And I got to, we've criticized it before in the past. I got to give one up to the schedule makers this year over there at the MAC. They got it right.
Yeah.
Because all of these teams the last 4 weeks in November are playing each other. You're getting, last week was Miami versus Ohio. Then this week you're getting Miami versus Toledo, Western versus Ohio. We're playing Central, and then we have
the next 2
Miami
are
and Ohio.
Yep.
Yeah. So everybody here at the end of the season who we thought was going to be there, we're getting into the round robin here, and it's fun.
Are we just experienced, or are we just good at this, or was it obvious?
Yes.
Was it obvious? Because really, the way that you say it, they got it right. It's like we did too. We looked at the schedule and went, "Oh, I see how this all
Plays
works."
out, potentially, right?
And here it has, and you don't know the result of any individual game going in, but you know that you're going to win the tight one here and you're going to lose the tight one. It's all going to come down to this. And I'll go back to the beginning of the season. We accurately predicted there are 4 teams that are a little bit better than the rest of the teams. 3 of the 4 are the ones that we said. We didn't have Western in that group. We had Toledo in that group.
Western and BG were the 2 teams I thought could really
threaten and hurt and mess up their plan here.
Throw a monkey wrench into the thing here.
Yeah.
And I know we've written off Toledo now for a bunch of weeks. They're still swimming
Right.
with only 2 losses, and Ohio now has 2 losses. The Bulls here have 3 tough games in a row. They could end up with 2 losses, and then they play Miami, who already has a loss, who they can put down to 2 losses. So Toledo's kind of sneaking in the weeds there. Stalking everybody, just kind of waiting for everybody else to trip up. And if they do, they're there to pounce on it. But
and that's the one.
that's the beauty of
the Bulls
of
didn't
the
have to play this
situation.
year,
That's
too.
the one that
That
the
was
Bulls didn't
nice.
have to play this year. And, as we said, Western right now with 2 very winnable games at the end of their schedule look like they're going. But if they should trip, a big advantage is Western beat Toledo.
Okay.
In their first MAC game of the year.
Okay.
They were down 13-0. They were down 13-0.
Right.
The game was
Surprise.
over. They came back and won 14-13. So
All right. Thinking about the Bulls, here's a conversation we haven't had all year because the only time they ran away with a game was the FCS game, and we didn't dwell on that one because it was an FCS game. Last week is the first time they came out pedal to the metal offensively in the end zone 4 plays into the game. It was pass, 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 all to McMillan, complete.
well, it's complete pass interference.
Pass interference. Sorry, same effect.
Right.
So I
It's the same
apologize.
thing.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
That's right.
But they were all to McMillan.
Right. And then first time they hand the ball off after throwing, LJ goes for a 41 or 45-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
And they never looked back. It was as calm and peaceful and easy a game as they've had this year, like by a lot, throwing out St. Francis. What did they do that they could replicate today, other than go out and score in your fourth play from scrimmage. Like that was great. That was perfect. But like, what went right last week that nothing was in doubt, that we weren't sweating it. We weren't, down to the last minute and stressed. It was a zero stress victory on the road.
Well, defensively, they stopped Bowling Green on 4th and short. And that's been a situation in the first half. Mm-hmm. It's been a situation this year where they have not really done well with that. Some of those games that we're talking about being close, if you look back, like that Kent game, they had that like 19-play, 12-minute drive.
That ate an entire quarter of football.
That almost ate the entire fourth quarter. They had like 2 or 3 fourth down conversions on that drive, I think including the touchdown at the end. So they haven't been great on fourth down, but when you shut down the other team on their first 3 possessions on 4th and short, that's devastating for the other team. Yeah. And I think they kind of put themselves in control. They got up 14-3, I think that they got up. And from there, just really felt comfortable the rest of the way. But I think it starts with defensively. It starts defensively. If they are in control defensively and getting 3 and outs and giving their offense more possessions to work through, because every game it seems like they've got to work through something at some point in the game. They if it's in the first half, they normally win. If it's in the second half, they, like that Akron game, I think if the halves are switched, I think the Bulls probably beat Akron.
Yeah.
If they have the 4 picks in the first half and go into the halftime and come out and have the second half, I think they're fine.
If your quarterback's not crying about 4 picks in the first half, like, oh, I'm so bad at this game. But I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah. And last week they had their struggles in the second quarter, still were able to get that 3rd touchdown by halftime and put the thing away. So if defensively they're getting Central off the field today regularly, like 3-5 plays and getting the ball back, I think they're all right. But, some of those 4th and short conversions this year are what has led them to being on the field a lot.
Right.
A lot. And then things get a little bit wacky.
Well, in the only season that the Bulls have won a MAC championship, they had a really tough game in Mount Pleasant. And it was early in the year, but it felt like it kind of doomed them. It was a field goal that hit the upright, and they lost by 1 or 2 in that game. And everything ended up being okay because they had a lot of time to fix it. Right now, you're going to be in a game where
there's no time to fix.
It's so cliche to be like biggest game of the year, but this is the most important. Like, it occurred to me, and I texted you about this a couple nights ago. It occurred to me that if the Bulls lose this game, if they win this, they're going to a bowl game. If they win this, that's their 6th win. They're eligible, and it's early enough that people start making plans for these bowl games. So you're going to be in a bowl game if you win your 6th game with 2 games coming, because the world thinks they might win 8. Of course they're a bowl team. It could be 6 and you lose 2. You're going to a bowl game. If they lose, they're probably not going to a bowl game. They're going to be.
It's going to be incredibly tough because you're facing 2 of the top 4 teams to end the season,
and you're not on that list of early entry, like early admission. It's early admission season, really. Right. So it's like, I got into Geneseo in August for next year. Like, cool. We'll check you out. You get a spot. We'll give you one. And then other people got to compete and try to get in. And it's a different situation. So this is a massive, massive game for the Bulls that I strongly believe they can and should win. And if they do, we're on track for everything. If they don't,
it gets tight.
You're still alive for all of it, but you're scrambling, man. And this is a massive, massive.
And this is part of the fun debate when you talk about scheduling. And would you rather have these 2 games as the first 2 games coming out of the chute and having to deal with them early, and then be able to, be able to finish up at the end, or would you rather have it the way it is this year? I think for me, I'd rather have it the way it is this year.
Love it.
Because I like the potential of if the Bulls take care of business and they come out and they win tonight, that these are two of the biggest home games that the Bulls have ever had.
It's on us to explain that to people so they show up.
Right. When the Bulls went to the championship game, it was the COVID year.
Yeah.
No one was there but us.
Right.
To know
Literally.
that they were going to the MAC championship game. When they went in 18, we didn't make the championship game until we were at BG, and we beat them, and we were on the road.
Huh. That's how they got there in 08.
In 08, they were on the road.
On the road, double overtime.
This is the
BG.
first time that the Bulls are going to be at home
to clinch
a chance to go to the championship game. I mean, this is
after they win tonight, though. Is
right,
the thing.
but that's
they
the
have
thing.
To win tonight.
You gotta take care of business tonight. Even with a loss tonight, again, we talked about everybody's probably going to be at 2 losses other than Western anyway. And then it becomes that just opens up the door for a lot of tiebreakers and Toledo and all that
Kent.
stuff.
Like they're still there too,
right?
Right, they're 3-2.
You could end up, saying, "Well, all right, we're going to get to the end of the season. We're going to play Ohio and Miami, and whoever wins those games is probably going to be one of the 2 teams that goes."
Right.
Unless everybody there has 2 losses, and then 2 teams that the Bulls didn't have a chance to play this year in Western and Toledo end up going because of tiebreakers.
Yeah. Didn't have a chance to play is a very polite way to put that. Didn't have to play, I would say, would be a better, more accurate.
Didn't have to play, but I mean,
but what we're talking about right now, down the stretch, like I can
without
beat
the
you.
divisions,
I'm fighting you, and I get to fight you with a week left in the season or on the last game of the season.
You put yourself in a position where if the Bulls win tonight, if they beat Central Michigan. If they don't make the championship game, it's on them.
Right.
And if they do, it's on them. They earned it, and they did it.
Yeah.
They get the right to have that moment and those opportunities and those games.
Yeah.
Those pressure cooker games are coming.
There's a free pass available tonight to be claimed.
Right.
To not have to sweat in the same way that Miami does and that Ohio does in the last 2 weeks to try to get to Detroit. So
right.
Paul Peck has missed the last 2 games on our broadcast. Should I just call him? I don't know. So here's the deal.
He's not here with us.
He's not here. He's I believe he's still alive. I believe he still exists.
Well, I think we would have gotten a text. We probably would have gotten a text about that.
Maybe, but I believe it. But have you seen him? All I know is I haven't seen Paul Peck in a month. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's true.
We saw him at a game,
his sweet,
and then he just wasn't available. I miss his sweet face. I talked to him on the phone, but that could be AI. That could be Kim, his wife.
It could be AI.
His wife could be AI. It could be. I don't know.
It could be Paul AI.
I don't know. I do know that we got on a plane yesterday morning, and usually we have to sit come here. Act it out. Right. Usually on the plane, this is how we sit for several hours like that.
Well, we sit like this for an hour waiting to take off.
Right, that's what I mean.
And then we take off, and then we're in the air for 45 minutes, and then we sit like this for another.
It sucks. Okay,
35 minutes.
It's like that.
I don't know. I kind of like that.
Okay, yeah. That's what it's like. So I will say, we have missed Paul in the broadcast booth for the last 2 weeks by a lot. I did not miss him at all on the plane.
No.
Man, that was nice to not have Paul on the plane.
That was beautiful.
Paul,
I think that's the first time we've had that.
No
that
Paul?
I can an empty seat between us that I can remember.
It's great. I could fly anywhere in that setting.
Yeah, I can do anything.
Our planes. So I would
Butterfly
imagine
in the sky. I can fly twice as high.
What is that? It's clearly a song.
Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow. You want to talk about Reading Rainbow? Do you know that I got cut from Reading Rainbow?
That's that meme.
Do you know that I got cut from Reading Rainbow? Reading Rainbow came to town and did.
What?
Yeah.
They did a piece, and you were going to be in it. And
No, they did auditions to be on Reading Rainbow. And I was like,
yes, please.
In. Like
a young De Niro walks in named Brad Ryder.
Dude, I was such a good reader.
Yeah.
I could read.
I'll vouch for that. I see you read all the time.
I'm an excellent reader. And I even processed the information, and I don't know, maybe I was 8, 9.
Good at reading out loud, too.
Right.
Yeah, that's a big one for that.
That said, the person who came out of the Buffalo audition, also good at reading out loud. I got buried.
What do they do, though?
I got buried.
Did they end up having their profession be reading out loud?
Yes.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Oh, all right, well,
very much so. Tom Puckett
Oh,
of WBEN fame.
Tom Puckett.
Tom Puckett. He made it onto Reading Rainbow out of the audition, the Buffalo
that
audition,
sucks.
and I did not.
It's funny.
It sucked more 5 years later when I went to junior high, 7th grade English class, and Tom Puckett was sitting right in front of me. Tom Puckett, I'm like, I know that asshole. That he's from Reading Rainbow.
Stole my.
It was he was on once. It was no big deal.
But if
it's
I
him.
remember correctly, I hated that episode.
It was the worst. It was so
a
bad.
Terrible episode.
He read fine though. What just made that happen? You started singing the Reading Rainbow song. Oh, I was going to say we haven't seen Paul. I'm not positive he's alive. Paul did not come with us on the.
No.
So we haven't seen him in weeks. We did a game. He sweated it out. He went home, had a heart attack, went in the hospital, had surgery. They said 2 weeks off. He said, okay, fine. So
Akron
BG. Happened, and that was you and Bob. Then BG was you and me doing the game. And he's back for Central Michigan, which actually gave him a little extra time because it's midweek. And, okay, where the hell is Paul? He's not on our bus, our plane, or in our hotel, none of that, because Paul, after resting for a couple weeks on doctor's orders, decided to, he hosts the Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame, Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame induction ceremony. It was last night. He hosts that. He wanted to do that, so he did that. But if he did that, he couldn't get on our plane, so he didn't get on our plane. So he was taking his own flight this morning. Could be now. Could have already happened.
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
Sure.
He didn't tell me when.
Flying to Detroit, getting in renting a car, driving from Detroit to here, which is Lansing, which is nowhere near where we're going to be tonight.
Yeah, it's
halfway. Yeah, it's an hour still to get there. But so I don't know what his status is. My only idea right now is to just call him live on the air and see what happens. He might be on a flight. We might get voicemail immediately because he's in the air.
Could be.
But I think we should call him. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I like it.
All right.
I like it. Let's verify he's coming.
Yeah. All right.
He also did the women's basketball game, I believe, on TV on Sunday. Was his first foray back.
Oh, okay.
And then he followed that up immediately with the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame, traveling, weather,
FAA situation with government shutdown.
right, driving.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's put a lot on his plate.
Well, we're just going to call him and see if it works. See what happens. Should hear ringing. Here it is. You hear that? Oh, you don't. You don't have headphones.
I don't hear it. I believe you though.
Yeah, it's true.
Brad, you're fine and you're on.
Hello, Brad Ryder.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? I'm sitting here. Aaron Stang just picked me up at the airport, so we're headed back to the hotel.
You're in town.
Scott
Aaron
was
Stang. Scott doesn't have headphones on. You're live on the air.
I can hear him.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I'm live on the air. Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
Even
I'm
better.
on the radio.
Yeah,
Yes.
everything's going on. All right, so that was the first voice I heard. I heard someone say something about Brad calling or something, and that was Aaron. So Aaron picked you up. Aaron is on the staff at UB.
Say hello to Brad on the radio, Aaron Stang.
Hi, Brad on the radio.
What's up, A. Stang? How are you?
I'm great. I'm just
Awesome.
picking up our friend Paul Peck here.
Yeah, well, we need him. I'm doing a show live with Scott Wilson from the hotel, and we're talking about how we know that Paul is supposed to be back for this game, but we haven't. No one has seen him in 3 weeks. I talked to him, but that could have been AI. Like, I don't know what
We wanted proof of life.
Yeah, we were looking for proof of life, and I think we have it. That was legit. I dialed the real number I have for Paul. Paul answered right away. He's here. You're here already. I'm proud of you.
Yes, I can confirm proof of life, and I can also confirm that Scott, you will not be taking over play-by-play duties as you so meticulously planned yesterday in Paul's absence.
Wow, that's aggressive, Aaron. Very aggressive.
No, it's Scott said it, not me.
Yeah, I got you. All right, cool.
right.
All right.
Yeah, no, I had the old 6:12 a.m. flight to Detroit this morning and the rental car hour and a half drive to Lansing. So
And it all happened.
I'm here.
This could not have worked out better. This is what I was hoping for. I thought I was going to call and it was going to go right to voicemail because you were in the air or something, but you are way ahead of that. You're on top of this, Paul. We're proud of you for your recovery and your aggressiveness in you're like, I'm going to travel separately because I'm going to host the Greater Buffalo Sports Hall of Fame induction thing. Like, look at you, man. You're all grown up.
Yeah, so much for the doctor and my wife's orders to slow down a little bit. I guess that starts tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we were talking about it at dinner last night. You weren't there because you were hosting a thing, but it's me and it's Scott Wilson and it's John Fuller. We're saying, I can't believe it's not. All of us would have wanted to do exactly what you did, which is, okay, I'm off of bed rest here. All right, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this and this. Like, we all would have wanted to do it. Cannot believe you got to pass your wife. Because all of our wives would have said, screw you. No, you're staying home. Shut up. But you did.
Yeah, if I hadn't made this commitment long before my situation happened, that might have been a different outcome. But and honestly, the whole travel thing it was perfect this morning. And we all know that in general that never happens. So again, I'm worried about the shutdown. I'm worried. The weather. There was supposed to be some lake effect this morning.
Right.
So I was kind of freaking. So plan B for me, to the point where I actually had the car rented, plan B was get to the airport at 4:30, 5 a.m. this morning. And if the flight wasn't going to take off or it was going to get canceled, I was going to walk out of the airport to the rental car desk,
okay.
rent
I
a
thought
car.
you were just going to say I was going to walk to Mount Pleasant.
Well,
I'm going to
pretty
hitchhike and
damn
walk
close.
all the way there.
Yeah, it would have been hit the Peace Bridge and drive 5.5 hours across Canada to get to Michigan. So I'm really glad I didn't have to use Plan B today.
Right. Well, that was the other thing. If you did, once you answered, I was like, that might be Paul in Canada. But immediately you told me you're on the way to the hotel. So that's pretty good. But I thought, real good chance you were in the air, you wouldn't answer. And if you did answer, that meant you were in a car, because I heard about this rental backup plan. That is a lot of work for a guy who's supposed to be resting, Paul. But
I know.
We are still excited that you're coming back, though. This will be great.
I know. Yeah.
It's an important game. It's a very, very important game, and we need you to be ready. And you're going to be, because you're going to be here momentarily, which is great. How far out are you from the hotel?
What are we, 5 minutes?
2 minutes away.
2 minutes away.
All right. I'm in room 346. If you would like to join the show after you check in, we're in 346. So
all right, he needs a nap.
I am going to need a nap at some point, but I'll stop by. I'll stop by.
Paul, we're doing the show with a bed right in the shot. You could sleep right there. You sleeping in the background, getting ready for a game, would really make for a fantastic last 20 minutes of the show. So feel free to stop by room 346 at the hotel and check in. I will let you go. Get here. Congratulations on your return to football. We will see you soon.
All right, Brad. See you soon.
All right. Thanks. That's Paul Peck. Look at that. That could not have worked out better. I thought, that was a maybe. Let's just try calling Paul and see what happens.
Yeah.
Very easily, that's voicemail immediately, and then just us talking about Central Michigan.
That's nothing.
Again.
Right.
But that was great.
Can I ask you a question?
I would love that. We have. Let me explain right now the situation. It's 10:49.
Okay. And you got Bob coming up.
We've got Bob at 11.
Bob Gaughan at 11.
So at some point, I'm going to want to play a song or two to get to Bob, which gives us about 5 to 6 minutes.
How long this answer is completely dependent upon you.
That's fair. Let's go. Yeah.
Last night, we were walking back from having dinner.
Yeah.
We stopped at the convenience store that we always stop at.
Yeah.
In these trips, these midweek trips, we end up having our convenience store.
Yeah.
You know,
we need that.
It's
necessary.
It's necessary to be able to have those small little places. We stopped there, and you picked up a certain item from the shelves.
Yes.
And got to the counter, and both of the cashiers said, Ooh, this looks delicious. Where did you get this? I've never seen this before.
Yeah.
I have now seen that it is open.
I had one. There's three.
I'd like to hear about it.
All right.
Because I think you ate one of those early in the morning.
I ate one of those 4 minutes before the show started.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
I opened it up. This is Little Debbie Nutty Buddy Cakes.
Show the people.
I'm trying to get the wrapper to match up because it's open. Nutty Buddy Cakes.
I've never seen Nutty Buddy Cakes.
No, neither had the people working at the store that sold them.
They were legitimately excited. Like,
that is quite the store. Also,
yeah, it's a great store. Great convenience store.
Anything, everything. I mean, it's a liquor store, and so there's wine and liquor and beer
and eggnog
and
cider
and donuts and all the other stuff that you'd expect at a convenience store. It's
convenient.
It's very convenient. It's what I remember about the store Convenient, which you probably are not aware of, but it used to exist, and Wilson Farms. When growing up in Western New York,
remember Wilson Farms.
The 7-Eleven existed, but Convenient and Wilson Farms those were great. They had everything.
There used to be a Wilson Farms at the back end on Forest by Buff State. I think it got robbed so many times they eventually shut it down.
Yeah. Well, also
I remember going there.
Went away completely of the whole thing. But yes,
yeah,
it was great. I miss all of the Wilson Farms in Western New York became 7-Elevens. That they sold, like Tops sold it off to 7-Eleven. Whatever.
Now you eat their taquitos.
They're so good. I had them yesterday.
All right, sorry, I don't want to distract from the Nutty Buddy Cakes. Nutty Buddy Cakes,
and it's I had here. Have one.
I don't want one.
No,
I don't want one.
Oh, please have one.
I don't want one.
Please.
I want to hear from you.
No, I want you to have one.
I don't want one.
I want your review. Come on, you've done this.
You had one. How many of these you think you take down in 5 minutes?
One.
No,
and now I want you to have one. No.
Now I
am not a competitive eater. You cannot.
Now you're doing this. You can't. You can't do this now.
Yes, I can. You can't rope me in. This is not what I profess to be. This is the two food challenges.
Do this. No, come on.
The two food challenges that have happened this year. I've never professed to be a competitive eater. I hate it. I don't like drinking games. I've talked about this. I don't like playing beer pong. Flip cup. Where they're like, drink. Like, I'm not.
I promise. That's
going to happen. I assure you.
I can vouch for that.
Covered. Yeah. I'm covered.
So
I don't have to do it.
Give me a review of the cakes.
It was good. I want you to eat one. I want you to give me a review. It's your turn. It's your time. You're all grown up. It's your time. It's your time. If you could handle doing play-by-play for 2 games, you can handle eating a Nutty Buddy cake.
I will try
Little Debbie.
I will try
Nutty Buddy cake.
As I'm eating this, I want to tell the people at home, because we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You had a generational run on that alarm this morning. That thing was cooking.
There's a story.
That thing was cooking.
There's a story on that. I'm not good at getting up. Up.
You have changed it to be it sounds like a traditional alarm clock, like a bell, like.
Yeah.
Absolutely no difference.
There is
absolutely none. It was. I mean,
I know. I can have it right next to my head, blaring for 7 minutes without noticing.
Way longer than 7 minutes.
Never in one sit. What was the longest?
It was for at least 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And then I because I was already up, so I didn't care. I thought it was funny, and I knew we were going to do the show, and I would get to talk about it. So I kind of let it go. That alarm, the phone is literally right here next to your head.
Under the pillow, but still.
Still.
Yeah.
As loud as possible.
Yeah.
I turned on the TV, volume still very low.
That was nice of you. Thanks. Very polite.
And it was on for maybe 25 seconds, and you sat up, you went, "What's up?" And then you turned off your alarm, and I was like, "Oh,
okay.
All right. So maybe you should just make it the TV."
I think what I need is like a rotating alarm thing, so it's not the same as yesterday ever. Because when it's the same as yesterday, I'm already used to it, and it's just a part of my life, and I think it works itself into my dreams. That was a new episode of SportsCenter. I hadn't heard those words before in that sequence, so I woke up. Scott is 2 or 3 bites into the Nutty Buddy cake and looking at it. What do you think?
It's not what I expected.
All right. What did you expect?
I thought it would be a regular Nutty Buddy wrapped in a cake.
You're missing crunch.
I'm missing the crunch.
Yeah,
I miss the crunch. I like the filling.
Yeah.
I like the cake is soft and moist.
Totally, it's
the
good.
Chocolate is fine.
If you were just handed that thing and not told it's Nutty Buddy,
Right.
you'd be like, "Oh, it's
But
good."
I missed the
crunch.
wafer.
The wafer
The
crunch
wafer
is
crunch
missing from
is
the
missing.
Nutty Buddy cake. All right, I'm gonna play a song,
Play a song. You got Bob coming up.
and then we're gonna have Bob. Oh, I don't have like a backup. Oh, I can just shut off the camera and just leave this guy's face.
I got to strip naked and prepare for Paul.
Coming up on Writer Radio, whatever Scott just said. All right, no, where's the thing? This is tough. I usually have 3 screens. All right, how long do we want? It's 10:56. Bob's gonna call at 11 o'clock on the dot, so something that's like 4 minutes long would be right.
Battle Hymn of the Republic.
I don't have that. I have Moving Out.
Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I don't have that. I have like 12 songs available plus the Muppets. I have D's Nuts by Dr. Dre. This was ready when we did the Pistachio Show in Minneapolis.
The famous pistachio.
The famous Pistachio Show, the great Minneapolis Pistachio Challenge of 2025. I was very frustrated with the audio wasn't working. It was all crazy. But one of the songs I had ready to play was D's Nuts because I was going to eat all those nuts.
Yeah.
All right, Mom, turn off the show. We'll be right back. It's Writer Radio, live from Lansing, Michigan. We're in Lansing. What's up, Bob?
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing great as well. Yes.
What's the situation? What are you up to? What's life like in Western New York? I'm not there.
Well, yeah, a little sloppy out now, but winter's coming too early. But that's not what I want to talk about.
Good.
What I want to talk about is, and this might be the difference between my age and your age. When you were in high school, I want to talk again before we get into the Bills woes.
Okay.
There's a lot to talk about with the Bills woes.
Yes.
But this might be me being old man. Tell me if this is being old guy.
Hold on.
When you
How
were
old
in
are you? You talk about our age like it's different, and I know
It's a
you're
little bit.
slightly older. How old are you?
Close to be 58, 57.
Oh, okay.
Soon to be 58.
All right. Yeah, you're like
A little
half
bit.
a generation up from me. Okay. All right. Fair. I'm
When you were in
51.
high school, though.
Yeah.
Okay, when you were in high school, did the high school basketball team all wear the same sneakers?
No.
Okay, see, they did when I was in high school. So there was a change there, just in that 7-year period. Not only that, and this is so this could be. This doesn't bother you. What bothers me might not bother you.
Okay.
Then, and again, when I was in high, this to show you how bad it was. When my it was, of course, because of climate change, it would snow like the last 2 football games, and the cheerleaders would go to the coach and say, "Can we wear gloves?" And she would say, "Yes, as long as all 17 of you buy the same gloves."
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So they had to go out. So they had to go out Friday before Saturday game and find 17 pairs of gloves that were all the same, or they couldn't wear them.
Right.
No one can wear them. No one can wear gloves
Okay.
unless all 17 of you are wearing them.
Although I said no to your initial question, I'm already on your side for all of this because I wish we got sneakers. The reason I remember that we didn't have the same sneakers is that I know I bought Barclays because I was anti-Jordan and people bought Jordans, but it was still $108 to buy them. But I had a pair of Charles Barkley sneakers for basketball, and that's how I answered that question. That said, the school should have issued shoes so that we all had the same ones.
Right, and some schools do. Some schools still to this day do, but again, I think those are the schools that are well funded. Some of the schools that
or
don't,
in bed with
you
Nike
can't.
or whatever. Yeah,
Right. But where I'm going with this, it seems like, I don't know how in college football now, the kickers for certain teams are wearing shorts that look like Daisy Dukes. They're so short. Have you seen certain kickers that have cut their uniform pants so short?
In games, they walk out there in games with their pants cut off?
Not, it's a lot. It's happening in many big time programs. The kicker is you got to see it. You got to see it.
I do.
It's unbelievable. It's literally wearing like Daisy Dukes. This is how short the pants are that they're cutting off. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm just coming from a different era. Uniform meant uniformity. Like it was right. That's where it came from. Like everybody was supposed to wear the same uniform. I'll even go to the Bills game on Sunday. I don't know if you saw Matthew Judon is wearing orange underneath his jersey. Everybody else is wearing white. To me, that was that's a fine. You get up. But again, am I being old guy that uniform should be everybody wears the same?
Well, the word uniform. There's a definition of the word uniform, and we're clearly violating it. The beauty of doing the show from Lansing, Michigan, in a hotel room is that Scott Wilson overheard what you were saying and then came and showed me a picture of the Alabama kicker and then just held it up to Oklahoma kicker, and then held it up to the screen so people watching on the YouTube version of the show just saw what you're talking about. I had not seen or noticed that, and it's gross, and I want nothing to do with it. I just like I don't have a strong take on it other than yuck, but I am with you. And then also the idea of uniform and the definition of uniform is that things there's a uniform, like you all look the same. Like I get it. I've considered, Bob, for the show having a uniform because I am sick of getting dressed to do a show. This is a radio show, but now there are cameras involved, and I don't feel like I have to present myself. There's a reason uniforms exist. There's a reason when you're in a Catholic school, everybody just wears the same stuff. It's so nobody has to think about it. Nobody's comparing. Nobody's judging. Nobody's saying you have the bad one. I've got the good one. None of that happens. And now we're cutting the legs off of our pants and kicking like a bunch of jerks. Like that looks stupid. So I'm
that does.
Now I was wholly unaware of this situation, but thanks to you and Scott, I now understand college football better, and I like it a little bit less.
Well, and going back to more sports related, it used to be like everybody. Bob Huggins was the first guy that I remember wearing like a shell as a basketball. Everybody else wears suits. Now everybody dresses like a slob. And to be different, if you watch St. John's coach Rick Pitino and his staff, they're all in like Brooks Brothers suits. And to tell you the truth, they look good.
Yeah.
Because they're different. Because everybody else dresses like a slob on the sidelines now.
Remember Mike Nolan in the NFL? There was a controversy with him like 10 years ago or more where he wanted to wear a suit, and they're like, no, you have to wear team-issued sweatpants. He's like, no, I want to look good. And it was like a whole massive thing because he wanted to emulate his dad and also Vince Lombardi and people like that by dressing up for the game. I like there being decisions because you know me, I know you. We both would do the opposite thing. Like, you guys look like slobs. I'm wearing a suit. Or everyone's wearing a suit. I'm just going to wear a sweatsuit. Like we would be the outliers, I think. But I like letting people just make decisions.
Yeah, and I liked even Bud Grant. I don't know if you're the Minnesota Vikings, when under Bud Grant, they would, for the national anthem, they would all stand in one line, their helmets all under the same arm.
Right.
And it was just, it looked... To me, I like to go back. It looked good.
Well, there's a military aspect to it. There's a military type of thing that just it looks great. Yeah, do it.
It
the
does.
same.
It does, but no, we're well past. We're well past it. I think guys now with the national anthem, they're whatever. They're doing whatever they need. You know, God. All right. But when I get to the Bills' woes, so I blame everybody for the offensive woes. But in a different, okay, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I blame everyone for a different part. So Brandon Beane, I blame because he didn't realize, going back to April, that his receivers stunk. That, he overplayed his hand there, and he is obviously misrepresented how good the receivers were and how good they're going to be. So I kind of blame him for the personnel aspect of it, and I think everybody's blaming him for that.
Yeah, that's fair. And
okay,
here
do you blame Beane? Well, no, do you blame Beane? I blame McDermott for the philosophy change. Somehow, in the last 4 years, the Bills have gone from being, this is Josh Allen's, like your kid's a baseball pitcher. Everything comes off your fastball, let's just say.
Yeah.
So your curveball comes off, your slider comes off what's your fastball? And for, of course, years, the fastball was Josh Allen throwing the ball because he's the MVP and he's one of the best people in football at throwing the football. Now the fastball is James Cook. So we flip-flopped it in the last 4 or 5 years that our base is James Cook running rather than Josh Allen, and I think that philosophy change is McDermott's fault, even though I know he doesn't have much of a hand in the offense. I think he does have a philosophical change in the offense.
It's his team.
Yeah.
All right, here's where... This is not me disagreeing. This is a perfect conversation, like jumping point for me. I think what the Bills have focused on is if our offensive line dominates in the run game and the pass game, we can do whatever we want. And then if our quarterback, who can do everything like a video, this is a video game. If you're Joe Brady, previously, if you were Dable, everything is available to you, because if you need him to get the ball out quickly, he can. If you need him to throw the ball 74 yards, he can. And I think knowing how good he is and knowing how capable he is of executing anything you want, it gives you complete freedom to do anything. So if you decide we're going to focus on moving the football on the ground and running clock and limiting the other team's possessions, we have the best possible guy behind us. Also, if we're down and we need to fire it 100 miles an hour for half a game, we've got the best guy for that. And he's smart enough to dial it down. So, like, what he's been wrestling with his entire career, Josh, is like, just chill. Just don't force anything. And that's been everything with him, is he thinks he can do everything. We're going to try to not make him do everything. So, like, I get, like, the proper mix is, yeah, we're building it off the ground game, but also our quarterback's Josh Allen. Like, I get how you run into this problem, I guess, is all I'm saying. But for sure, who's their most, this will be easy, you won't mess it up. No tight ends are involved. Who's their most reliable receiver? If I throw the ball, this wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills is going to catch it and then gain positive yards. Who is it?
Shakir.
Is Bob gone?
Shakir.
Is Bob gone? That's his name.
Yes.
I don't hear Bob.
Shakir. You got
come on. Everything was going so well for this live from wherever show.
You got me?
I don't hear myself. No, I don't hear myself. All right, so it's a headphone problem. No, this looks crooked.
I'm
Bob,
hearing you.
Coming back for you very, very soon. I promise. 1, 2, 3. I don't hear anything. Something happened with the headphones. Oh no. Something happened with the headset. I don't know what happened with the headset, but something happened with the headset. But I think I've got everything working again with our good friend Bob Gaughan. Are you there, Bob?
I am here.
You are there. All right. I need you louder, and then I'm good. I need the headphones louder here, and then okay, there we go. All right. I have no idea. Paul, I'm trying to do a show here. You can sit there. You just can't yap the way that you're. No, I don't need you to talk. I need you to not talk while I'm doing a show. Paul Peck is back. It took a couple weeks for him to recover and return. He's here. And what does he do? Just makes a bunch of freaking noise. I'm going to turn the camera on. You'll see Paul in the background just